I thought we'd do something fun today and count the number of poles and badly parked cars along the Dunning Avenue cycleway. Well, how many do you think we're going to find? We're going to go down the eastern side and also down the western side and count up how many we see along the way. Now, whilst we're looking at these poles, I'd like to introduce you to the idea of the parking turtle. And the parking turtle is, a sticker you can stick on someone's windscreen if you see them parked really badly and you think they, should learn how to colour in between the lines. And what the bad parking I was looking at was, people that were obviously parking up on the plastic curb. Now, you'd think people, drivers would be able to tell when their back wheels or their front wheel has gone up on the curb and they might correct the park. I mean, how hard is it? Well, obviously, it's very difficult for some people because, there were people that were humping the poles. So you could see why quite a few of them have been snapped off completely. And, if you have a look at some of these poles, you could see they're actually, quite bent over as well. So there's certainly no shortage of them along here. Some people had very nicely piled them up and put them, over on the verge, whereas other ones, well, there you go. There's someone, humping humping a pole with their wheel, whereas others were just left in the cycle lane as a bit of a hazard. And what I really should have done is, stopped and picked them up and chucked them off onto the grass. And I wonder how many of those on the grass were put there by cyclists and how many were put there by drivers. If you're a regular user of the bike lane, have you ever, put poles up on the grass to get them out of the lane, so it's a bit safer? Now, interestingly, coming along here, can we give a parking turtle to a bin? Not sure. Possibly. Could always try. But you can see there's just poles galore as we go along here. There's no shortage of them. I have no idea when the RMS or Transport for New South Wales or whoever last sent a crew out here to come along and have a look. And look, I really should have stopped and cleaned that one up because that was, an absolute menace. And, I feel bad about not straightening that up or pulling it out and sticking it on the grass. But that's the kind of hazard that we're finding. Now, I want to make a difference between drivers. There's another hazard as well. I mean, there's a shoe you'd call it, part of the curb that's come off. Oh, and look, I think a lot of these drivers would have been better off if they were on scooters with L plates rather than, trying to park like some of these people. Yep, another turtle for you. And yeah, drivers parking in no stopping zones and across driveways. So look, they're not impeding, cyclists from getting past. And look, there's a big fat-assed American tank, and they've managed to park it properly. So no turtle for you because you actually know what you're doing. So it's amazing. Oh, there's someone in a driveway. And, here's some people in a no stopping zone. And, I had to jink out to actually get around that ute. So parking turtle for you. Amazing that someone could manage to park that great big yank tank. There's more people in a driveway. Cleanly, and yet there's all these people along here, that can't, that they don't know where the corners of their car are. Oh, Jeep owners, yeah, okay, so they're humping the pole as well. I mean, what do you expect from a Jeep owner, anyway. So we're almost at the end here, and I just wanted to show this, blatant no stopping sign here, and someone parked in it. So what do we got on the western side? 17 poles, 13 locations, and I'll give them 2 parking turtles, which, is not as bad as the other side. But total for the RMS to clean up, 47 poles in 30 locations, and I guess the rangers or parking inspectors could hand out an infinite number of parking turtles. Now, what's the answer? Well, one would be to use these kind of barriers instead of the low things that they're using. And of course, the ultimate answer would be concrete, because if people park that badly, how badly are they driving? And how little care do they show around cyclists, driving across painted lines into bike lanes and all that kind of thing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, subscribe to our content.